listening to Operation Self Reset with Jacob Naraki. Welcome back, Resetters. This is Operation Self Reset. You are here because you want to change, reset, transform your life. If you're sick and tired of the direction your life is heading, you have come upon the right podcast. And if you are a subscriber to this podcast, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. You are awesome. And I hope to keep on inspiring you, giving the tools, tips, and ideas to transform your life. Before we begin in today's episode, I want to announce something. We are going to war. I don't want to say war because a lot of people say war, and then, there's veterans that feel like war is overused and everything like that. So I apologize for using war. I'm actually going to refrain, and we are going to battle against ourselves. Yes, that is right. We are starting a revolution within our own personal bodies, a reset revolution. Because the only person that is holding you back, truly the only person that is holding you back from your peak potential, from reaching success, from reaching your goals, your desires, your aspirations, the only person holding you back from asking out Susie Q that lives on the street from you is yourself. Truly. Think about that for a second. The only person that's holding you back is yourself. It is kind of crazy to think. I mean, if you want to become a multi-millionaire, we're going to go with money because everybody can associate with money. And you know that, okay, I'm going to start selling real estate or buying real estate, flipping houses, whatever it is. There's going to come things, you're going to start reading books, you're going to learn about it, and then you're going to go, okay, you're going to have to go on out and get some money, capital, to buy these buildings. So you're going to have to maybe search, ask banks, search friends and family. And if you can't find it within yourself to go on out and search for that money, because it's not going to, just automatically come to you in the mail, the only person that's holding you back from reaching your goal of $1 million, becoming a millionaire, is truly yourself. And that applies to everything: diet, job, personal goals, personal family goals, relationships, reaching dreams, anything and everything. You are the only person holding you back. So that is why we are starting the reset revolution internally to battle that person that's locked inside of us, the doubt man. I'm going to call him the doubt man just because we can identify him. The doubt man is trying to hold you back from your true potential. So we got to get him or beat him down. So with that being said, this is 2014. I have a new approach to this podcast, and I kind of want to do a quick year in review, 2013. I started the podcast in May of 2013. I had a new baby boy, Nolan Naraki. I decided to finally reach, I don't want to say reach my goal, but to finally start obtaining my goal as a motivational speaker. I want to be a public speaker. And I'm saying that to you because I know that you have dreams and aspirations and goals, and I want to know what they are, because it's not easy for me to sit here and say, yeah, I want to be a motivational speaker. I'm the ultimate man. I've never in my whole life been one to be overconfident, to be cocky, to tell people what I know, who I know, all this stuff. And for me to sit here and say I'm going to be a motivational speaker is truly humbling for myself, and it also puts the pressure on me to achieve that goal. And I'm starting with a good step in the right direction. I'm starting a podcast. I'm speaking, it's publicly, but it's more kind of in a room in my house with nobody here. But either way, I'm publicly speaking to the masses of people that are listening to this podcast. And I want to know what your guys' dreams are and aspirations. But with that being said, I started the podcast. It shot off like a rocket ship. It was going great. In July, I interviewed Michael Thornton, a Navy SEAL. That really boosted up the ratings. I think just because there's a lot of people that are interested in military mindsets. From there, it rolled into a couple more podcasts, went really well. And then at the end of August, I received a letter in the mail that said that my current job, my current position is going to be holding a promotional exam. And that promotional exam, the written portion is going to be in October, and the oral interview is going to be in November. So that's where I was really, I was really beaten down during that time because I really love the podcast. I really like connecting with you guys that were sending me emails. And if you sent me an email, thank you so much. And also too, I was really kind of questioning, well, what do I like more? Do I like my current position And should I get this promotion or should I continue with the podcast? Well, I decided to go with my position because ultimately I know that my position will allow me to expand. I'm not one to sit still. I'm not one to just feel like I'm okay in my life. I feel like my pay is worthy. I feel like my hobbies are worthy. My family's squared away. I'm a mover and a shaker. I really like changing, shaking it up, and I never want to be held back from anything. And if you listen to a couple of my earlier podcasts, that's just the kind of individual I am. I started inventions, all this type of stuff, but it's not about me. And I say that because I don't want this to come off like, oh, it's another Jake Naraki hour. I don't even know where that voice came from. But anyway, so it really, I kind of had to really dial down what I wanted in life. And I realized that this promotional exam would be a great movement for myself because I'm not one to sit still. And also, along the way, it will prove to you guys listening that the tools and tips that I'm sharing with you guys do work. Like number one, self-belief. Number two, visualization. And one thing that we're going to talk about today is, being worthy. With that being said, so, at the end of my promotion, I started to do a weekly podcast that went really well. The only bad thing was I started to lose my passion for the podcast because, things around the house, started to pick up. It was the holiday season was coming. A lot of people were coming in and out of town. And so I was kind of feeling overwhelmed, and I felt like though I had to get these podcasts out. I just felt like I was stuck in a rut and I couldn't get out because anytime I wanted to work on some other aspect of this project, Operation Self Reset, I realized that I couldn't because I needed to get out this podcast. And I kept on pumping them out. But I kind of lost the desire that I had earlier on. So when the holidays came, I took a couple of days off, about a week off. And then in early January here, I went to that New Media Expo. And that truly gave me the inspiration again, the one that I once had, to really provide for you guys. And I think that what I realized internally along the way is that I started to disconnect you guys listening to these podcast episodes. It was weird because I realized that the reason why I'm doing this podcast is not for myself, because truly, why should I go through the work of making a website, doing the podcast, interviewing, editing, putting an intro, outro music, all that stuff just for myself? If I just want it for myself, I should probably just interview them personally and just reap the benefits. But I realized though, I'm doing it for you guys. I was once in a position that I hated. I was 26 years old. I woke up, I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't even know why. I wasn't in financial ruins. I had a good relationship. I had good family relations with family, friends, everybody around me. I mean, truly, like, there are friends that are like, Jake, you have a great life. Like, why do you feel you need to start something like this? And I don't know. I had that gut turning feeling, cold stomach ache, just unclear. And I don't know if you have ever had it. Maybe there have been times though you have a little glimpse of, that there's something more for you. You know that you're capable of achieving greatness. You know that you're the one that should have got that promotion. You're the one that should have got that new car. You're the one that should have got that trip paid for by the company, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just thinking of random stuff. And if that has happened to you, I don't want that to happen to the next person. I want you to have things in place so you don't have that gut-turning feeling. And if you do have that gut-turning feeling, you know what to do with it. You know the things that I talk about on this podcast. You know the things that the people that come on this podcast that I interview, you know how they handle different situations. So you're able to identify the problem, understand what you need to do to solve that problem, and then to discover the tools and resources needed to get rid of that problem. So that is the reasoning why then I kind of started this. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was like, what the heck? I finally reconnected what I was kind of faded throughout the year. And one thing that I can't remember what podcast it was, but earlier on, I was working out and I kind of was doubting even continuing this podcast. And for some odd reason, that really struck a chord with you guys listening. a lot of you guys emailed me and was like, oh, Jake, please don't, stop the podcast. We love it. We like hearing your voice and, the things you have to say and blah, 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 the stories. And that obviously gave me the resurgence of, oh, I can do it. Yeah, rah, rah, rah. But it made me, though, also open up because a lot of you guys were shocked that, oh, a person that's so uplifting, a person that's so motivating, inspiring would even have those feelings. Look, I'm human like you. I have ups, I have downs. There's times I'm excited. There's times I'm depressed. There's times that I don't want to do anything. There's times that I'm really motivated to do things. And anybody that you meet, even if he is an icon, a head coach of some professional sport, a military leader of some sort, a person that, is talks in seminars, is a motivational speaker, whatever it may be, if they say 100% of the time, I am confident, I trust myself, I'm motivated, I want to take my life to the next level every single moment of my life, I'm calling BS on that. Truly, there is no person in this world that has that energy to keep with them 24/7. I'm sorry. And you might be saying, no, I know this guy. He's pretty, enthusiastic. But find them when they wake up in the morning. Find them before they go to bed. Crawl into their mind. There's a lot more stuff going on in people's minds than we all think. We see this individual, he reached success, he's worth a lot of money, he's smiling on TV, he's happy as can be, and you might think, wow, this guy has the lifestyle. I want that lifestyle. Chances are he does not have the most ideal lifestyle. He doesn't have that perfect lifestyle because you know what? In life, nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Not one thing is perfect. You look at that man or female and go, wow, that person's beautiful. Well, what does beautiful mean to you? You might sit there and go, nah, that person's not, doesn't do it for me. That person doesn't really, strike a chord with me, whatever it may be. That's life. We're all different. We're all unique. We have, things that work and don't work. And we're uplifted at times. We're depressed at times. Truly, just because I'm on here trying to inspire others, I am inspiring myself, of course. But that doesn't mean that I don't doubt myself. That doesn't mean that I don't have times that I question what I'm doing. Like I said earlier, the key is to identify the problem that is going on with you, to talk it out, do that self-talk, and then analyze the best way to get over that problem. That's it. That's truly it. So when I had those issues and those things that were really bothering me going, gosh, should I even continue doing this? This was my moment to express to you guys, to tell you that I'm human, 100% open. I want you guys to email me because I want to see what's going on with you guys. I have my own problems. I could sit here on the microphone and tell you, all the stuff that's going on. I'm not saying I'm a complete wreck, but also I know that I'm not perfect. And to become perfect, you need to change habits, change your thinking, get that mental strength, get that mindset to truly reset your life. And that is why I dedicated this podcast to you guys. So with that being said, and I could probably go on for another 40 minutes, but we're not going to keep dwelling on the same subject. I have a couple of tips here to make 2014 truly your best year yet. Okay? Now, we all know 2014 or the New Year's resolutions come, they go. You might have some New Year's resolutions right now that you are so dialed in for that you're like, oh, I can do it. We're only 13 days in, and there might be some of you out there that are going, yeah, I'm kind of falling off of the bandwagon a little bit. I'm kind of questioning if I can handle this for another, 11 months. And that's what happens. Our goals, sometimes we reach our goals and other times we don't, and that's okay. And, the funny thing is when we reach those goals, we really don't feel like we reached the goal because there's no big celebration. There's no big party at the end of it. We just set another goal farther down the row. So even though personally you might feel like, oh, I did lose that 10 pounds, but you still like, I still don't feel that good. I still don't feel impressed with myself. That's okay. Extend that goal. These goals, they're meant to move. They're nothing set in stone. You don't buy a concrete slab, put in your front driveway, and have an etcher come through and write down Jake Naraki's top 4 goals of 2014 and pronounce it to the world, because that would be kind of cool, expensive, and sad if I didn't reach them. I'd have to take that slab out and put it behind my garage or something so nobody would see it. But all right, so here are 4 goals, 4 tips to truly make 2014 the best year yet, okay? So number 1, love yourself. Think to yourself every single day that you are the best. Now, there's a fine line between being cocky and being confident, okay? I'm not cocky. I'm confident in myself. I look at myself every single morning. I'm the best guy out there. I'm the most enthusiastic. I'm the best speaker. I'm the best looking. I feel the greatest. I have the most energy. Now, you all know how your mind can play tricks on you. You know how you can watch a scary movie and walk down a scary hallway and kind of freak yourself out, right? Well, that's because your mind is playing tricks on you, because your mind saw that scary movie, it associates dark hallways, a place unknown, to being scared, to getting spooked. Flip that around a little bit. If you say to yourself every single day, I love myself. I love the way I look. I love the way my hair falls. I love the way that I dress. I love the job that I have. I love the family that I have. I love everything. I'm so happy and grateful. The same will happen. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to build that into your memory bank almost. It's almost going to have to come second nature. But start loving yourself more in 2014. So many times we get down on ourselves too easy. That's okay. Things don't always work out the way that they're supposed to. That's why every day you wake up is a new beginning. You're able to love yourself once again. Tell yourself how much you enjoy. You know what? Man, I was really glad I was able to have that great dinner. I tried that new recipe. Man, I'm a really good cook. And even though you might not be the best cook, but hit the positive things. It's like that quote that I said earlier on. You know, look, when you see change, you'll be looking at things differently. I think that's what it said. Something along those lines. I don't even have it in front of me anymore. I'm so jumbled with my paperwork now. But truly, if you're able to change your thinking into a more positive way, you're going to see the positive things in life. Yeah, you screwed up on those pork chops. Did they turn out like rubber? Yes, they did, but good for you for trying to make pork chops. So there you go. That's number one. Love yourself. Number two, take your values to the next level. It's kind of like that first one, love yourself. What are your values? To value yourself more, to value your family, your relatives, your friends, your job. What is it? And take that to the next level. If you're trying to focus on yourself, if you're trying to improve yourself, value your body, value your mind. Give it the proper information. Give it the proper nutrients. Give it the proper relaxation and nourishment to improve. Value yourself and then take it to the next level. Stop doing what you're doing right now. If you feel like you're not getting enough sleep, get more sleep. If you feel like you're not eating healthy enough, eat better. Go to the grocery store. Start improving your intake of food. Value yourself. But it goes beyond that. It goes beyond just valuing oneself. It goes into valuing your family. How do we do that? You spend more time with them. You talk to them more. You get to know them once again. Instead of telling them your problems, get to know their problems and how can you solve them together. That's what I mean by valuing everything that is going on in your life so you're able to help others, but at the same time help yourself. Like Zig Ziglar has said, you will get everything that you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. Number three, change your thoughts and beliefs. All right, so your thoughts, the way you think, changes and affects the way you believe in things around you. You believe that this diet will work or won't work. You believe a new job will be healthier or toxic. You believe that more money will make you happier. It probably won't. But that's what you believe. So if you start changing your thoughts, they're going to start changing your beliefs. Once you start changing your beliefs, your words are going to become different. You're going to stop saying, I can't to I can. Instead of saying, I'm never, saying, I will. There's a lot of things that associate to one's person, their words. You're listening to the way I speak, right? You're listening to my pronunciation. You can't tell the actions that are going on behind the microphone. You can't tell the way that I'm, whipping my arms around and being enthusiastic and stuff. So all you can understand is the words that I pronounce. The way that you can reflect on how I am as an individual is by my words. My words then go off of my beliefs and my thoughts. You may think that I'm really inspirational. You might think I'm really motivated. Well, how is that? Because I speak of it all the time. And the same applies to you. So once we start changing those words, your actions are also going to change. I'm more upbeat. I'm happier. I'm smiling 99% of the day. I love it. I'm happy all the time. And then your actions will lead into your habits. And once you start changing your habits, you're really going to start to see the change within. And then once you see those habits start changing, your outcomes are going to change. You're going to start seeing more income. You're going to start finding value in love in your job, in your relationships. You're also going to find compassion and caring to your friends and family that you never knew that were possible. And also, too, beyond that, you're going to find those limitations that you once had in life are going to disappear. And you're going to be tackling things on your bucket list that you never thought that you would, because it all started with changing your thoughts that led to your beliefs, that led to your words, that led to your actions, that led to your habits, and then the outcomes from all of that change. So that is number 3. Number 4, change your approach. So many of us want to become successful. So many of us want to live a life of comfort and appreciation and value. And there's so many people that when we think of these keywords that we identify in our mind, for example, Sir Richard Branson, or, the guys who started Google and Twitter, and, whoever it may be, your success. If you think of success, who is it? Donald Trump? I don't know. For you, could be maybe the great hair that led you down that road. I don't know. But when I say change your approach, what do you want to be like? What do you want to become? The best way, they say, to find success is to look for the breadcrumbs. Success leaves breadcrumbs. There isn't no magic formula. There isn't one push button key, turnkey operation, stop working 60 hours a week, work 1 hour a week to double your income. There's none of that. You look at the people that are truly successful. You read up on them. You look at what they have done. Well, first off, it was a lot of hard work. It didn't come easy, of course. But change your approach to the way you live your life. Identify the things that worked well in that gentleman's life or outcome, or that woman, and apply it into your own life. The approach that you're going on right now does not work. You are listening to this because you want to reset, right? When you saw Operation Self Reset, you thought of personal development. You thought of inspiration, motivation, change, transformation, whatever it meant to you. You came here and you're listening to this because you want to change. You didn't come here because you want cooking tips or you want to know how to fix your Honda CR-V, tire or something. You came here because you want change. You need to change your approach. What you are doing currently, or what you did in 2013, did not work. Change your approach. Find the people that inspire you, that give you the ideas and the creative thinking to improve yourself. Follow or identify what worked for them, implement it into your own life. Also, surround yourself with successful people. Surround yourself with people that lost the 50 to 100 pounds, whatever it may be for you. Surround yourself with people that got a handle on their financial situation and became debt-free. Either you can read about it or you can learn about it face-to-face, talking to somebody that went through it. Your problems, your issues, the things that are going wrong in your life are nothing new. Yes, are they more severe or less severe? A little different. There might be some, added things compounded on top of it, of course. But overall, majority of us have the same issues. That's why these public speakers, motivational speakers that I strive to be, can identify and relate to so many people because we all have the same problems. We all want to become more successful. We all want to be financially free. We want to have better relations with our family and friends. We want to have a job that we love. We want to have things that we just enjoy. We want to become happier. We want to love more. All these things identify with all of us. If you said, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Well, then this podcast is obviously not for you. And you are a bah humbug kind of guy. You just don't want to improve and challenge yourself in a good direction. So that's the last step here is to change your approach. Surround yourself with people, learn from people. Success leaves breadcrumbs. You can, if you think you can. If you first don't succeed, try again. So those are my 4 tips for 2014 to making 2014 the best year possible. So that's all I have for today's podcast. Guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. Also, too, if you guys have any questions for me, you want to leave a comment for this episode, self-improvement, head on over to my website, www.osreset.com. And go there, check it out. It's a great website. Also, too, if you are a fan of Operation Self Reset, I want to get to know you better. I'm trying to improve this podcast. I'm trying to improve the information I share with you guys. And the only way to do that is to really get to know you better. And I actually created a 10-question survey. If you guys could go to osreset.com/survey, it's 10 questions. It will literally take 2 minutes. I just want to identify the things that are going on with you so I can better serve you. If you have something that you're struggling with, I would love to hear about it. If you don't want to take the survey, you can also email me ask, ask at osreset.com. So head on over there and check it out. And also to check out the Facebook page. Go to Operation Self Reset in Facebook, join it up, become a fan, join the community of over 134 people so far, and let's reset together. Like I said, I'm not the guru. I'm not the ultimate man. I'm just a man with a plan, and that plan is to reset your life. So once again, thanks like always, and I want to leave you guys with a little inspirational couple of minutes like I have been doing in 2013, and a lot of you guys love it, so I'm going to keep on rolling with it. And today's topic is going to be called You Are Worthy. Truly, so many times in our lives, we don't feel that we're confident enough, we don't believe in ourselves enough, we don't think we can achieve it because we don't feel we're worthy. We don't fully feel that we're able or capable of achieving what we want out of life, whatever it is. The thing is, you are worthy. The thing is that we are all capable of achieving whatever we want in our lives. The only person holding us back, like I said earlier, is ourselves. If you start loving yourself, if you believe in yourself and you truly believe that you are worthy, you can achieve anything that you want in life. So many people are held back from their true potential because they don't feel they're worthy. I want to be a motivational speaker. Who am I? People are going to go, who the heck, Jason Rock? Why is he standing up on stage? Because I am worthy of standing in front of others and inspiring them. You are worthy of the same thing, whatever it is. You want to be a chef? You are worthy of that. You want to open that bakery? You are worthy. You want to start a part-time painting business? You are worthy. Nobody's holding you back from yourself. Only the person that is yourself. Worthiness is not given upon those who are blessed. Worthiness is within all of us. The key is you need to bring it out, uncover that bad boy, and let the world see it. You are worthy. Every single moment of your life, when you are doubting yourself, just say to yourself, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I can do this. I believe in myself. I love myself. I am worthy. With that, you will achieve everything you want in life. And don't feel afraid to spread the word of worthy. You know you have other people surrounding you that are saying, oh, I can't. Tell them you are worthy. You can. Start to change their words, because once you start changing their words, it's going to change their thoughts, their beliefs, their actions, and their outcomes. Guys, you are the best. You are worthy. You love yourselves. You believe in yourselves. I believe in you. That is why you guys are listening to this podcast. I appreciate everything you guys have given to me, and I just hope to instill the positivity that I bring every single podcast. With that being said, you are worthy. Seriously, say it to yourself 20,000 times today, and you will start changing your actions, which will change your thoughts and beliefs and will change your outcomes to a better you. Reset your life. It starts with saying, I am worthy. Guys, we'll catch you next week. I appreciate it. Yeah, any questions, email me, ask@osreset.com. Take care.